Fire is a chemical reaction between a flammable material and air. It results in heat, light, and often smoke. There are three elements needed to produce a fire. Something that will burn, fuel. A source of ignition, heat. And the support for combustion, air. Bring these three components together and they create fire. Separate them and you extinguish the fire. This is called the fire triangle, and fire prevention relies on this simple principle. The components needed to create a fire are all around us. Knowing how a fire starts helps you understand how to prevent them happening. Electrical installations can also cause problems. Too many connections to one point can overload the socket. Frayed wires and broken plugs represent another hazard. A bad connection will arc and could result in a fire. With all electrical equipment, pull out the plugs to appliances when not in use. Even wet cotton waste can generate heat and is a potential fire risk. Put used rags in closed metal containers for disposal. In a metal workshop, cleanliness is essential. Spare parts usually come in wood, plastic and paper packing. This is combustible material. Keep the bilge free of oil and very clean. Engine room plates too should be kept free from oil. And report any oil leaks immediately. Dirty fuel oil burner tips are a serious risk. Oil drops can accumulate at the bottom of the furnace and could cause an explosion. It is essential to keep the tips clean with regular servicing and inspection. The engine room contains electrical equipment which can provide sources of ignition if not properly maintained and regularly inspected. The earth meter shows the state of the electrical system. The engineer should check it daily. Water can cause partial or complete short circuits. Leaks, steam, and even condensation may create a fire risk. You must have properly documented written permission, a permit to work, issued by the officer in charge. Ensure that there is no flammable material in the area you're working in. And that includes checking behind, above, and below. Before permission is given to weld on or close to a tank, the tank must be completely empty, gas-free, and ventilated. Static electricity can cause fires. Before pouring flammable liquids, such as varnishes, paint, or paint thinners into another container, always electrically discharge them, either by touching the cans together or to the metal of the ship. Remember, when you light a cigarette, you light a fire. Never smoke in bed. If you must smoke, get out of bed to do so. And before you get back into bed, make sure the cigarette is completely extinguished. If you see, hear, or smell something that you think is not as it should be, report the matter at once.
Clear for a few miles there, Brian? Brace second, mate.
Fire in Deckhead Galley.
Okay, close the fire.
The basic rules of firefighting are common to all ships. They're contained in the letters making up the word fire. F stands for find it. I stands for isolate it. R stands for report it. And E stands for extinguish it, if it's small enough for one portable extinguisher. If not, then E stands for escape.
NYK Castor, he is now in a position of Rule 10.
Today, ships carry a variety of portable fire extinguishing equipment. Usually they're coloured red, whatever the content. In accommodation areas, the most commonly available are water extinguishers. There are two basic types of foam extinguisher: stored pressure and the gas cartridge type. To extinguish a flammable liquid fire, direct the foam onto a vertical surface so it can flow down and over the entire surface of the burning liquid. CO2 extinguishers can be stopped and restarted as required. The charge may last for about half a minute, depending on size. CO2 extinguishers are most often used on fires involving electrical equipment. Fixed installations come in many types and sizes. Stored in large cylinders, carbon dioxide fixed installations must be regularly checked for content.
Mate. Yeah, clear the area now and report back when...
Most systems, including CO2, require that you evacuate the area. Then, seal off all doors, shut all vents, and take a roll call. The CO2 is then injected into the area concerned. On ships fitted with a foam fixed installation, pipes carry the foam to strategic points around the engine room or direct to mobile applicators on the deck or cargo areas. Dry powder fixed installations are widely used in LPG and LNG ships. Before opening the door to a fire area, feel the heat of the door with the back of your hand, up and down, and then the handle. If the door opens towards you, keep your shoulder and knee against the door as you slowly open it. Remember that the fire in the room may have generated a quantity of hot and flammable gas. If a door to a fire is open, close it. In fires, keep low. Not only can you see better, but even if wearing breathing apparatus, you will suffer less quickly from heat and steam. Especially when working in smoke, try to feel your way ahead with your feet. When working with BA, constantly check gauges. This is especially important before going further into a space or down a ladder. To get down a ladder, cool the area, then lower the hose to the bottom of the ladder. The first man down waits for his teammates before he hits the fire. Obey the rules for effective firefighting.
Okay, guys.
Sound the alarm promptly. Give proper information. Muster without delay. Know the equipment, where it is kept, and how to use it.